Hi everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm kind of coming at you with like a bit of a different angle. So I think a few of you will know that I used to be a track cyclist and I've not been training much recently, and with the cold weather not been getting outside and like riding my road bike. And I had this crazy idea the other day. I was like, what way to get back to training than going and doing like a track league on a Friday night. I was like, I'm just gonna go back and do it. I used to be a track cyclist, I've got my track bike. For a bit of fun, I'll go and do the track league. Bit of a mad spur of the moment idea, but that's where my head was at the time. So I contacted Sarah, let her know my ideas, and she said that I'd got my old Boardman, which she was like, it's all set up, ready to go, it's got your saddle on it, your handlebars from last time I used it. So I was like, you know what, I'm like, that's ace, I'm gonna go and do it. So I picked up this bike the other night when I went and had a meeting with them. So I'm gonna basically film setting up the bike with my pedals on it and changing the gear with you guys and just talk you through the fact that I used to be a track cyclist. I don't think many people will know that because in these videos all I've like been doing is road cycling, and it's because I changed from track to road. But I thought to myself, it doesn't harm going back and doing another bit of a training session on the track. Like, you're keeping yourself warm, you're not going out in the dark after work and stuff. Like today I finished work at like 4 o'clock and I was like, I'm not going out on the road, and it saves you sitting on a turbo as well. So I enjoy the track, you meet people, it's sociable. So that is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna talk through my setup with you and yeah, just build my bike up with you guys. So, forgive me, it has been a while since I have even touched a track bike, so the setup side of things, it might take me a while to get used to it, but this is the Boardman bike I've raced like Revolution Series on it, Nationals on it, and I really like how it rides. I've got my sprint handlebars on it, which I kind of really like riding. I'm not really sure that they're the actual setup I should be riding for like endurance races and stuff, but personally for me those handlebars were super comfy. I'll show you at the end like the finished product. I've got my Adamo Attack saddle, which I've never really, like, a lot of people race those saddles on the road. I never really got on with it on the road because I like to sit a bit differently on my saddle on the road bike, but for the track I loved that saddle. I like to sort of like rotate my hips quite a bit like when I'm on my track bike, just to get like really low and aerodynamic. And I found that saddle, after trying so many on the track, I found that saddle was the best one, being able to get super low, because like it's the one that's got the split in the middle, so like the 2 prongs and then the saddle at the back. And I just found that it was a lot comfier, like, and it wasn't giving my sit bones as much pain. I mean, saddles are very personal, I understand that, but for me that saddle seemed to fit. And I think as well, like, even having not done track for a couple of years now, I might sit on that saddle and think like, oh my god, how did I ever sit on this saddle? That's currently the setup that's on it. I've dug out my old, well not old, Bontrager wheels with like tubs on them, and I can't believe, like, obviously when I was with the team and I was racing like revs, like I was fortunate enough that the team gave us wheels. So these bad boys have like not even been touched really, like they've got brand new tubs on them pretty much. The rear one has literally never been touched because I would only like train on it, because in race day and stuff I would have a disc in. I was pretty pleased when I dug those out that they're still in mega condition. I'm not doing anything tight because it's obviously in the track stand, but I'm just like putting it in so I can like just get it started really. Now I noticed just before when I was looking that I noticed that this sprocket, which I obviously raced at the last event, which potentially could have even been like a Revolution Series, is a 14, and the chainring currently on it is a 49. I think 49 14 is like equivalent to like a 94-inch gear for the track. Back when I was racing my track days that was fine, but I think now I've like not trained that much and I'm gonna go back to it. I think just a smaller gear, so I'm gonna leave the sprocket on it, but I'm gonna change the chainring on the bike, just because I think then it's not gonna like blow my legs off my first race back. Yeah, I think a smaller gear is wiser, so that's what I'm gonna do now. My new chainring is now on. I've gone for the gear 90 inch, so I'm kind of, that theory, I'm kind of thinking 90, it's not like too big, it's not an 88 where you're spinning, and also on Friday night I'll have all my chainrings with me, so I'm like, I can change them in whatever point I want. Like if I'm spinning out a bit too much, I actually feel quite good, I can just change it up a gear or even go down. Like I'll have all my stuff with me, so I'm just putting like a happy medium gear on at the moment, but like I can adapt that on the night. Now I just need to work out if I remembered how to set a chain. Because the thing is with track bikes, like they're so different to road, because on the road you literally just put a wheel in, and like on the track you've got to like set the chain tension. There's definitely a knack to it. I reckon that's not too bad. Now we just nip her up. A lot of people will be watching this with like, oh my god, she's doing it wrong, and that's absolutely fine. Like I feel like with track bikes and stuff, like everyone has their knack of doing it and stuff, and I feel like I'm not the best mechanic in the world, so if anyone wants to judge me, feel free. I need to just get it off. There we go. Check the old chain tension. I think at one stage, like a lot of people were running their chains like a lot looser. I don't know what the theory was behind that, but I think it was less friction. If it wasn't as like tight on the chainring, it wouldn't like grip it as much. I don't know. Like I think that's why. It kind of makes sense. Also, I wouldn't really recommend putting your fingers when you're doing that, when you're checking the chain tension. I wouldn't recommend. I'd recommend doing it with like one of these. I think that's good. I think we're good to go. Oh, I need pedals. I've taken these off my road bike at the moment because I've like got pairs on spare bikes and I just don't know where they are right now. So I've just nabbed these off my road bike. So I'm literally just gonna put them on, and then I'll probably end up getting like a fresh set for track, or digging out my old ones that I used to use that'll probably be a bit like cleaner. But they're fine. They're fairly new, I think. For the sake of this video and probably for Friday night, I'm gonna use my road ones, which are Shimano. I just moved to Shimano. I used to ride on the track. Look, Keo, I think it was, I used to ride. And then I changed on the road to Shimano, and I just found like the surface area of the cleat was bigger on Shimano. So like when you just felt like there was more power going through the pedal with Shimano, because obviously like when there's a bigger surface area, there's more like you feel, well anyway, I don't know if it's a lie, but I feel I was getting more power out. Probably not the case, but the Look Keos were just quite narrow, like they were I wish I could compare it, that would be ideal, but I don't have a Look here with me right now, so I can't. But these are, the cleat size is wider. I'm on Shimano on the track too. Voila! That is my track bike complete, I think. Yeah, so I've got a new gearing ratio on, I've got wheels on, I've got my saddle on, I've got the correct handlebars on. I think that's ready to go now. I'm really excited. I want to start track now. Hello everyone, we're now at the Velodrome. It's currently 6 o'clock, so it's quite early. The warm-up doesn't start till 7 and the racing doesn't start till 7:30, so we've peaked a bit too soon, but we set off early because we wanted to like beat the traffic, so we weren't too sure whether there'd be traffic or whatnot, so we just set off early just in case. It's always best to be here. I'm kind of a bit nervous being back. It's like a weird feeling, because obviously, like I was explaining before, I've done like revolutions and nationals and stuff here, and they were like happy memories, but I've not done it for so long, so it's like a weird feeling being back, but I'm kind of excited to get stuck in. I think like once the warm-up's out of the way and the first race is done, I'll be a bit more like, right, this is just normal now, but right now I'm feeling a little bit nervous. I feel like once the warm-up's over with, I'll like find my legs again, but I've actually, just before, I changed my gear again at home just before I left, because I think a 90 will be easy to get on top of, which is what I want, but then once I'm up to speed, the paces of the race, I think that'll be like, they'll be too quick for a 90. Like I think I'll be spinning out a lot, and I know that if Ellie Dickinson's watching this, she'll be, I'm an absolute wimp for putting a 90 on, because she probably pursuits on like 100. So I've put, the gear I've now put on is a 92, and I feel like that's like a happy medium, and I've got all my stuff with me, so I can always change it again. Brian, so if you watch Cameron's videos, you'll know Brian, but he does Friday night track leagues as well, and I know that people are turning, I've got here an hour, Brian will literally only just be setting off from like Preston, Wigan area like now. He'll be rocking up
just before the race.
10 minutes before the first race starts. I'll try and get some like race footage. That means Mum stood in the stands sneakily trying to get footage. I'm gonna probably just catch up with you after the race.
So guys, I am now back from track league. It's currently like 11 o'clock, so I'm super tired now. Yeah, just driven home. It's only about 50 minutes really back from the velodrome to mine, so it's not that bad, but it's kind of like one of those journeys that's like just a straight line, so it's just boring. I really enjoyed it tonight. I didn't film that much when I was there, only because it's really hard when there's like a quick turnaround in between the races. Yeah, I don't have a personal filmer to like help with stuff like that. Hopefully like when Cameron's home, he can come to the next track league and like film a little bit more for you guys, just to show you like an insight of what goes on. At track league, well, Friday night track league anyway, there's 5 races, like a scratch race, a points race, an elimination, 1K, which is 4 laps, and an unknown distance race where the guy just sits in the stands and goes until everyone's legs look like they're blowing off and then blows the whistle. I really enjoyed it. I loved being back. It was like being back at like my old stomping ground. Like, I wouldn't class myself as like a proper track cyclist, but like that's where I started, so I feel like that's where my cycling journey began, so it was like really cool to be back there. Brian was there as well. If you watch Cameron's videos, you'll know Brian. He just like takes the pressure off, which like kind of helps when you just want to go and race for a bit of fun, like not think about results. And so I've had essentially like a month completely like not training, so to choose Friday night track league as one of my first races back, I think was a bit ambitious. I really enjoyed it nonetheless, and I think I wasn't expecting anything when I went into it. I was just wanting to go in and have a bit of fun. Like when I turned up, I was a little bit like nervous for it, but you soon get into it. And I haven't ridden my track bike in like, I just started straight back into the racing. You'd never really forget how to do it. And I just had fun. Honestly, it was so nice to just like race and have fun. It was nice. And it was also nice to see some like fresh faces at the track. There's a lot of like young people started at the velodrome, like Sports City, where I first started out as well at the club. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was so nice to be back. So hopefully next track league, when we've got like a few more people like hands on deck, we can get a bit more film. And I just want to say as well, thank you so much for the response to my previous video. Like, I didn't expect it. I love the fact that you're all like on this journey with me, like whatever direction I want to go, you're all so supportive, which is so nice. So thank you so much for that. Also, thank you for leaving your comments about what videos you want to see in the future, day in the life. I really want to do that, just like an insight. I don't know how much I'll be able to film at like work. I'll definitely be able to give you an insight into just what a general day looks like. And hopefully some more track league videos as well coming soon. So I haven't had this channel a long time, but it does mean a lot to me that I've got like supporters following me on this journey, which is really cool. So I'm going to end the video there because I'm so tired and I'm literally going to flop. I can feel my eyes going. Thank you so much for watching this video. For now, it's ciao.